What's up? Time for some Lumbercore aesthetics today, hopefully. The only thing is that it is windy as balls. We've got a wind warning here in southern Indiana. We're supposed to be getting winds up to like 36 miles an hour. That's just for the day though. It is supposed to die down by the evening. So hopefully we can camp tonight if the winds die down when it says it's going to die down. Otherwise, I just want to get away from this apartment. I'll open the door here so you can hear how loud it gets in here. It's like this loud. This is the quietest it gets with the highway noise. So, not complaining or anything. Just saying it would be nice to get away from here and camp in the woods. Only thing is, I haven't been camping in over a year, and I've also never been camping alone. So. Let's see if it works out. Alrighty, so I am here. I drove over an hour because the first place that I went was totally booked up and couldn't figure out how to do the online stuff. And then I got there and it was like all full of RVs and double wide lifted pickup trucks. I would have been like the only tenter, so I was like, I'm not feeling this. So I came up here and on the phone they said that the state park was like fully booked, and I was like, okay, bet. So I drive up here and I go in, and over to the left, I look at the electric camping, and yeah, it's totally full of pickup trucks and RVs. And then the person tells me if I want to do non-electric, I can go to the right. And this is what non-electric campsite looks like. Completely empty. So I'm going to choose a spot. So as you can see, some of these sites are hella flooded. I checked out some of the sites, and this one by the dumpster was really dry, really flat, and the great part is that I'm going to park my car in front of where I'm going to put the tent to hopefully stave off this wind tonight. Alrighty, so we are here. It's nice to be here with only really one other camper on this side. But the reality is that I'm going to probably be in for a pretty brutal night. It is 58 or something degrees out, overcast and windy still. And it is supposed to get into the 30s tonight and windy, especially because I'm farther up north now. Like I said, I've got my car here. Basically, the wind is coming at us right now, pretty strong. You can hear it in the trees. And I've got my car here to help block the wind. I'm going to put my tent here, and then I'm going to put the entrance to the tent away from the wind. So hopefully that will damage control nicely. Let's check out what I brought. I want to say I didn't pack too heavy. Man, that is so strong. Boy. So I packed some of my own pillows. I've got a winter sleeping bag. I've got some toilet wipes down there. I've got my brown puffy leather jacket. That's the tent, and hopefully tarp somewhere in there as well. Oh yeah, also got a chair, and then I've got this, which has just some personal goods, a robe. I bought the firewood here, and then I've got some food and 2 gallons of water, and that's it. So let's make camp. It's so windy that I'm hoping that if I put the camera on the tripod right in front of the car, be able to show progress on the setup. And I may do no rain fly tonight. I heard that can be good when it's windy. We'll see. Let's go ahead and erect this tent. I can't remember if I need to do the rain fly first if I'm going to do it. Honestly, frankly, there's a lot that I don't remember. Not bad, right? Man, I was getting nervous for a moment there. See, this one's total overkill. I mean, for one person, this is complete and utter overkill. And that becomes apparent when it's windy like this. Having the higher ceiling and the extra space is actually really bad, both for warmth and wind resistance. What I might do is, I saw it really buckling over here, so I'm probably gonna maybe move my car a little more in front of it and hope for the best. And I'm also not gonna do a rain fly tonight, because I want to be able to let the air pass through here, as cold as it is. I'd rather the air be able to pass through than get caught on the rain fly. So, not supposed to rain tonight, so if it's not gonna rain, I'm not gonna put up a rain fly. Alrighty, I picked up a little bit of deadfall. Might be chopping that stuff up. In the meantime, I've got about 3.5, 4 hours till sundown, so I'm gonna put some personal belongings in the tent. I'm not gonna go in it yet because I don't want to get it muddy with my boots. All right, we're gonna have to see what this wind is doing, because I moved the car here because this corner was getting beat up so bad. This wind is beating the shit out of my tent. Only a minute ago, it was blowing so hard that it like literally flattened the one side of it. I like the nature sounds though. That's nice. So I gotta like get in here, make sure it's gonna be cool tonight. I mean, I'm gonna try. And by cool, I mean the tent not flapping around like it's about to explode at any given moment, which it is doing quite a bit of. I think we'll be fine. Yeah, we're just gonna have that in at an angle, put my feet over here, and I'm gonna lay it at an angle to keep my head away from the edges of the tent so it's not flapping in my face a terrible amount. I could always put my head by the entrance too. I'll worry about that when I get there, but it's a nice view of the woods. It's time to sit down for a well-earned lunch. Got all that good to go. There's one thing to remember here, is that whatever food you don't eat, the raccoons are gonna eat. And they're gonna come and eat it in the middle of the night. And they may go snooping around trying to get even more. So I'm gonna try to not make a mess, and when I do eat, I'm gonna eat by the dinner table. Picnic table, rather. Got some deliciously anabolic cauliflower and cottage cheese. Very white, very bland. I'm gonna try to not let that blow away. Sun goes down at 8. I'm gonna give myself half hour to make fire. Probably should give myself longer given the wind. Should probably give myself more like an hour to make fire. Hour to make fire, half hour to cook. That's 90 minutes. And I want a half hour to eat. Sun goes down at 8. So I should probably make fire 6:30. I'll go with 6:30. I think that's fine. Cold and refreshing. Best part of winter and spring camping is no bugs yet. So y'all are never gonna believe what I forgot. I forgot a fucking lighter. So I'm gonna go to the lodge and see if they sell them. Alrighty, so they actually have free matches over here at the lodge. So I got myself some free matches, and I'm not used to lighting fires with matches, especially with wind like this, but I think I got it. It's gonna be a good challenge for me, I think. Want to go down a trail I haven't been down before. I've only got a half hour till I gotta get back and start my fire. But with the time that I have, I want to check out what's down here. I'll be frank and say one thing. I have never been to a park where the maps made less sense. But it is really beautiful. So unfortunately, I can't figure out what the hell is going on with this map. It doesn't look like a switchback trail down there. So I don't know what to make of that. I'm probably just gonna start getting closer to camp to get ready. It still stands. My kingdom has not fallen. Yet. Picked up some wood, which will hopefully assist me in my fire making abilities. Now let's go ahead and get this fire made while we still have 2 or 3 fingers of sunlight left. Over. Probably not going to be the last time something falls over. Super manly, I know. Let's just do some of y'all for the base. That way we can get some air up under it. That should be pretty good, right? I'm gonna assume that this is the part where I don't jinx it and I just let it get started. It's been a while, as I'm sure you all can tell. But let's just let it go and see how it does. Biggest mistake I made with that was starting the fire downwind. Now with the wind today, you can see it's really biased towards that back log, so you can see there's no burning happening up front. It's all happening back here. So look at this fire. There's really nothing I can do about that. That's just how the wind is today. I'm thinking instead of even trying to really control this fire in a futile attempt, I'm just gonna let it burn for a while. So eventually I can just use the coals to cook my dinner and stay warm, I think. Because no matter what I do, this is just gonna rage out of control. There's no way to slow it down and make it actually last. As far as I know, there isn't. So no matter what I do, it's gonna be a roaring blaze. So best to just make some nice hot coals out of it, is what I'm thinking. Got that fire started pretty freaking quick, eh? Not bad. I mean, if you're like a top tier Boy Scout, this probably looks horrible to you. But for me, I'm gonna say, not bad. Except I feel like this could be fizzling out any minute now if I don't keep feeding it. Got real hot. Then it started fizzling out. I'm happy with this so far. I think that, what time is it? 7? I think by 7:38 I'll have some good coals to cook on. Just in time for bed. So here's how the fire's coming along. I've got all but one log on there. So looks like this fire's gonna come and go pretty quickly. Thankfully it's not a freezing night. Take what I can get, I guess. Fuck it. That was supposed to look a lot more badass than it just did. My God almighty, that's smoky, but I guess that's how I'm gonna preheat my pan. I'm gonna see how warm I can get my food. Oh my God, dinner is served. I gotta eat it before it gets cold. That, plus that, is a really nice combination of things. Alright, I'm in bed now. In my sleeping bag, it is about 40 degrees. I don't know if you can see that, that's my breath. It's like, well, more, maybe more like 45. It's gonna get close to freezing tonight, and yeah, my hands are freezing, but I've got a good sleeping bag, so I'll warm up. The other camera's almost dead, but hopefully I'll be able to take some footage tomorrow morning. The two sections, the electric and the non-electric, if you have the option, I highly recommend you go to a campsite with electric and non-electric and do what I'm doing and camp out in non-electric, because it'll be almost empty, and electric is full of loud suburban families and their RVs and lifted pickup trucks. So I can still hear them, but I have earplugs if I need them. So guess I'm just gonna lay here till I fall asleep. What's up, fam? It is 7 a.m. I literally heard a rooster scream out there. And I actually got sleep. There's frost on my tent, and my hair is freezing, but my head is pretty warm, and I had my tent zipped up the whole time, like over my head. That's how cold it was. It's 36 degrees, I believe. It's time to get out of here, pack up, and see what I want to maybe have for breakfast, since I'm still... I hear a little owl over there. Frosted over as well. And there is my camping chair, in case it isn't obvious enough how cold it is. I just threw everything back there because everything is so cold and so wet and crunchy. I feel like my hands are about to fall off from putting everything away. So I just took my gloves off and I just disassembled everything as quickly as I could and didn't repack it yet. I'll do that later. So I'm back in the park. Sun is up. It's about 10:30, 11 a.m. I spent a lot of time on breakfast. I ordered like 4 things off the menu because of how hungry I was. I had 2 coffees, so that was really nice. And it's beautiful out here. So I'm gonna try to go back down that trail that I couldn't figure out this morning now that I have time. And hopefully we'll see something interesting. Some nice rocky terrain on this trail, I like it. And not a crazy drop off, but it is really neat to be able to hear that stream. And it's even more neat to be on here on an early Sunday morning after spending the night. Hardly anybody are on these trails. Oh, this is cool. You know what? You know how I was complaining yesterday about not being able to find that switchback down to the stream? I bet you it's so much harder to see through a phone camera. But basically, if you trace my toes forward and just straight down in between that little corridor of trees there, that looks like somewhat of a paved, not paved, but somewhat of a walkable switchback trail to take you down to the stream. So It looks like the park map was inaccurate, but there is a way to get down there. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna do that today, but I just so happened to be filming when I found that. So that's nice. And yeah, I'm filming on my iPhone for the trail stuff. I'm probably going to use my iPhone for trail footage just because I do not want to be using an expensive camcorder in case I lose my balance. Oh, there you go. 5-2 Creek. So it looks like if I go down this, yeah, that looks like it's gonna take me down to the creek. Let's go ahead and try it. What are the odds? If I would have just walked a minute further yesterday, but yesterday I was stressed out about getting back to camp and getting my fire going so I could make dinner on time, so that's why I didn't really have a chance to do that. Even though I had 2 cups of coffee this morning, I am a lot more calm after spending a night. Aside from a little bit of noise from the electric hookup camping, I was actually able to hear an owl almost all night until I put my earplugs in. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know what species of owl it was, but it had a beautiful call. It was literally like exactly how you would expect an owl to sound. Because a lot of owls don't have the classic hoot, 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 but this one did. That was the call that it made. It was like a hoot, 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 hoot. It was kind of like that. So that was really neat. But yeah, here we go. Seeing now we're doing a switchback thing over here. And we should be down to the stream soon. So I'm down here by the water now. It's really nice. I think I'm gonna meditate here for a bit. You can see that down there. This is a pretty great spot. Pretty big cliff up there as well. But it's really cool to be able to be seated right by the water like this. So I think I'm gonna hang out here.